This video was sponsored by Squarespace. I made these circle guides a few months ago, mostly for myself. It's a tool I really wanted, but I decided to make a couple extra in case anyone else wanted to buy them. And boy, did people want to buy them. So much so that I sold out within the first hour of the video going live. Of course, I want to make more. The only problem is that each one of these takes 25 minutes with my laser cutter, and that doesn't even include the assembly. I don't want to become a full-time circle cutter, so I really need to find a manufacturer. I haven't had any luck yet reaching out to manufacturers. I don't know what's going on. I think maybe the amount I'm asking for is too few or too much. I'm not sure, but I'm having a really hard time even getting people to respond to me. Anyway, in the meantime, I wanted to experiment on my own a little bit so I could implement some of the feedback that you guys gave me. So I've made some changes and I've done a few more samples and I'm really excited to share with you. So first thing I added was these extra little lines all the way around. If you can remember, this is how they looked before, and this is how, it's like ruler lines. I don't know why I didn't think of this. This is like a really genius idea, and I put it in, so that was easy. The second thing I added was, can you see? There's diameter and circumference information down here. The original does not have it. Of course, the diameter is also like the big bold letters on each one, but maybe just to make it more clear and also have like the centimeters there as well. And then a bunch of people asked for circumference as well, so I just added it. The other thing is I wanted to do something to improve the base here. So basically I just cut a hole in it and stuck a peg in it. And I just feel like this is a little bit flimsy. This HTF is only 3 millimeters thick, which is not very much material for it to grab onto. So my first thought was to just make thicker HDF, like a thicker piece. So I believe this is 6 millimeters, so like double. And I think that this would be better. But then I thought, what if I cut 2 of the 3 millimeter HDFs, and then one of them doesn't have a hole in it so that it's glued not only on the sides, but also on the bottom. Like I feel that that is the most solid, and you can see I made this sample. This is really solid. Like this is not coming out. And I also just like that it's got a smooth bottom. That does mean that I'll have to do another step in the manufacturing process. So like gluing them together, but I really like it. I don't know if it makes sense like business wise, but I feel like I'm just gonna go for it. I want the higher quality product. I think it's going to be worth the extra step. So I'm pretty sure, I'm very much leaning towards this. It was a little tricky to get these to perfectly line up. So maybe I can find a better system, but I might also just be able to sand them down without, changing the diameter or anything like that. Yeah, and then another great idea that you guys suggested was adding a little hole so that it could hang on the wall. I thought this was genius. It's very easy to just get the laser cutter to cut out a little like hanging hole. However, it does make things more complicated with adding the back piece. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that, because I was thinking, I could cut a hole through both pieces, but then I would have to perfectly line them up. So alternatively, I could just cut the hole in the top piece and then drill the holes. But again, that's another layer of manufacturing. And I don't know, I have to think about what would be the most efficient way to go about doing this, because while I am trying to outsource the cutting itself, there's going to be like still a good amount of assembly. And each time I add a step, it's just making it more and more. So I don't know, I have to think about it, but I think it's a really good idea to be able to like hang it on your wall. Of course though, if we hang it on the wall, I'm a little worried that these pieces are gonna like fall off. Like that would be really annoying. So I need to add some sort of stopper on here for sure. I don't exactly know what I'm going to do yet, but I do have an idea. So I'm gonna try and figure that out. The last thing that I've been experimenting with is a couple of people asked for shrinkage guidelines on them. So if you can see here, I have 10% shrinkage, 15% shrinkage, and 20% shrinkage. and like obviously the circles. And I think it looks pretty okay on this one, this big 20 centimeter one. But when you get down to these smaller sizes, like obviously the gap between the lines gets smaller and smaller. And can you see, it's just looking a little bit messy, I think. I don't know, I don't think it's worth it. And then also the other factor is like, what are the chances that your shrinkage is precisely 10% or 15%? Like most people's, I think mine is like 11%. So I don't know how accurate it's going to be anyway. And then I came up with this idea. So this is just a little, a little insert that fits perfectly into each of these. And what you can do, you'll have a little hole in the middle, and you can use your compass. You can put the one end of your compass in the hole, and then you can draw directly on the circle guides what your shrinkage is. So you'll have to calculate your shrinkage yourself, but I feel like this would make a much more accurate shrinkage for your specific clay. And then the people who don't want the shrinkage, don't need the shrinkage, just don't need to have it cluttering up the circle guides. I feel like this is a cool solution. Like, I think I don't know, it's just a fun idea, and I like how this just fits so nicely, perfectly in here. I think it's cool. So I feel really solid with this design. The main question now is, am I going to be able to find a manufacturer that can produce it to such quality? You know, my laser cutter, it just makes these really nice lines. So I'm really happy with it. Yeah, I just need to find someone who can reproduce it. So wish me luck. Let's take a little break to talk about today's sponsor, Squarespace. If you've never heard about Squarespace before, they're an all-in-one website platform that artists and entrepreneurs use to stand out and succeed online. I've personally been using Squarespace ever since I started my online business because it has incredibly easy to use features, including their drag and drop website builder and integrated SEO tools. Whether you're just starting out or managing a thriving brand, Squarespace makes it easy to create a beautiful website to sell anything from physical products to memberships, digital products, and even services. You can also schedule appointments, create on-brand invoices, and send newsletters. And for the artists watching, I know you will love their cutting-edge design tools, where you can create a bespoke website that perfectly fits your brand or business. So head to squarespace.com right now for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/potterytothepeople for 10% off your very first website or domain. Now let's get back to the video. Okay, I need to give you guys an update because this is like just comical at this point. So first of all, I cleaned my studio. I could not handle it anymore yesterday. I just spent the rest of the day cleaning the studio. So I've been looking for manufacturers, and it has taken so long. I wish I knew how many manufacturers I reached out to. It was probably around 10. And I reached out to laser cutter studios, and I reached out to metal fabricators because some of them can also do wood cuts. I reached out to so many different places. Majority just don't get back to you. I feel like I'm kind of right between, I'm not ordering enough units to make my little production interesting enough for these big boys, but I'm also like a little bit more than like a hobbyist can handle. So anyway, I believe, I mean, we have to wait and see how it goes, and this is the update I have for you, but I believe I found someone that's going to be really, really great. And I was just chatting with him. We just figured out the issue that we've been having. So I briefly showed you this yesterday. This is it's actually MDF. This was just a sample to test the thicker board, but this is my first batch of samples from the manufacturer, and the manufacturer that I'm working with, and I hope to God, I hope so much it works out, is literally, they're literally in the next village over. It's like a small, in German we call it a Kleinunternehmen. It's like a little mom and pop shop, and they're kind of exactly where I need to be. Like they're kind of on the edge of that like full industrial and like hobbyists, because they have their own little laser cutting business, and I think they're just happy to have a little bit more work. Anyway, what we figured out is as soon as I picked these up, I was like, this looks very weird. This doesn't look right, right? And then I was like, oh yeah, it's the font. The font is totally off. And they were like, we printed the file that you gave us. And I was like, okay, this must be a me problem. I just figured it out. They don't have the fonts installed. Like these are fonts that Sarah, my graphic designer, found for me online. And they're not like standard font deck. I feel so silly because I feel like this is such a dumb mistake. And this is why I have absolutely no business making tools, is because I just don't know like the basics of manufacturing. Anyway, these are the first samples. So ignore the font. Some feedback I gave them was these cuts here are like way deeper than they need to be, which is why they're getting all of this burning. It is what it is. So I just asked them to make them a little bit more shallow. And then the text is also a little bit unclear. So I think what they're going to do is just decrease the speed in which it engraves the text and then get the font right. And I gave them the okay to produce the next round of tests. Yeah, I think this time we're going with the double layer, which means I'm going to have to glue them. That adds an extra step in the manufacturing on my end, but I can't. It's such a better feeling to have this very solid, I don't know, I just prefer it. If we can get their samples to look as good and tidy and clean as mine, that will be the goal. They don't normally use HDF, so it's a little bit of a learning curve for them. They're doing other laser cutting projects. Yeah, so I'm really excited about working with them. I really hope it works out. It's so fun to be like working with a local. I'm realizing now, slowly but surely, how much manufacturing there's going to be done on my end as well. They're just doing the actual Scheibe, the discs. I have to assemble this part, cut these, glue them in. Oh, I'm gonna have to cut the hole as well. Yeah, there's just going to be a lot of things to do, but I'm hoping I can kind of like get a system down. I asked them if they have the capacity to do 200 of these because I want to have some available, and then also I don't want to sell out as soon as the YouTube video goes live. I would like to like have some in stock, and I feel like this is based on absolutely nothing. Like, once again, I don't have the experience or the know-how to kind of guesstimate these things. Just going based on my gut, that I feel like 200 is a good amount. So we'll see. So I've gotten some samples over the last few days. I'm really excited to share with you. So first of all, this cute little drawstring bag. I got this sample from a company, so they do like logos and stuff on like anything imaginable. It just so happens to fit the circle guides perfectly, I would say. And it's fair trade cotton. Always cool. I'm really excited about that. So I'm gonna get them printed, and I don't know what I'm gonna print on again. Maybe just a logo, maybe something more fun. But I'm really excited about that. And then we've got O-ring samples. So I've gone to 3 different manufacturers or suppliers. I don't know what you would call them. One, I just went to my local hardware store and got these ones. So basically, these are for like making plumbing waterproof, wasserdicht. Like I just got like a sample pack to start to like get a grasp of like, you know, how big I need them to be. What's the stretch factor? These ones are not the best material though. The material is EPDM. No idea what that means, but it's a type of plastic. However, it was helpful to buy these because then I figured the size. So I actually think that this one fits quite well. It's just a little bit hard to put on because it has less stretch. So that's an option. This is, by the way, so you can hang it on the wall and they're not gonna fall off, right? This is just like a little guy to hold it on the wall for you. And then, it's so funny where I'm getting these things. And then I got a bunch of samples from, I believe it's like a piercing company. I'd have to double check, but they sell all sorts of things. They were all silicone. So there was a couple of different colors, and I figured out, like, I bought like a bunch of different sizes. Like, this is obviously too small. I didn't know like the stretch factor, because I like, this is a different material. This is silicone. And so this one, I think, is perfect. So this guy's just black. Unfortunately, this size only comes in this black and hot pink. So I don't think we're gonna do hot pink. So like, if we go with this manufacturer, it's going to be black. Let me know what color you like best. And then I went to one other manufacturer, and this was like the biggest of them all. This was like a B2B kind of company. I got the same size, but a little bit thinner, because I thought this was a bit on the thick side. And they have them in this kind of terracotta red. So I actually like the, I'm realizing I'm getting so picky about this. No one really cares about this. People might lose these as soon as they buy these things. But I'm gonna be picky about it because it's important to me. I think this one, like, it's the easiest to put on and off. It's got like a good amount of stretch, but not too much stretch. It's not gonna get stretched out. And the thinness of it, I don't know, makes it nice to put on and off. So I'm just not sure about the color. I would 100% go for these if I was totally, like, if it was black, or like if color was an irrelevant factor. I'm just not positive on the color. So the question is, can I go like a millimeter bigger or smaller to get either black or from the piercer in a different color? I'm not sure. I'm like, they're all good enough, you know? So it kind of makes me feel like, well, which one should I choose then? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of brainstorm what I want to do for the rest of the like branding, the packaging of it. Like, if I'm gonna put a logo on here, what color? And would it work with red? Or would black be like better to be like neutral? I'm not sure, but I wanted to share that with you guys. This is the nitty gritty. Is it boring? Not to me. Guys, I have a really big update for you today. We have the final circle guides. So they did an edition of 8 to just like double check all the settings, make sure they looked good. I think these are pretty much ready to go. We did have a little miscommunication with the hole. It didn't get cut out, but I'll just manually drill them on these 8, and then we'll properly cut them on the rest of them. But otherwise, I think they look so good. The other thing that I need to figure out, and this is something that is totally unavoidable, but there's a little bit of like dirtiness on the edges here. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to test sanding them first and see, like, I don't know if the dirt is gonna come off from that. It's like the dust, ash, I don't know, charring, I guess is the right word, from the laser. And yeah, I mean, it just is what it is with this type of thing. So I might have to wipe this with alcohol or something. Otherwise, we're just gonna leave it. I mean, I wonder if I can find like, do you see what I mean here? Like this kind of charring on the back. Obviously, it doesn't affect the function at all, but I don't want someone to think that I'm sending these and they're dirty, because they do look, just looks a little dirty. It's just charring from the laser. It is what it is, but they look so good. Look at this. I'm not sure if I talked about this before, but you guys gave such great recommendations for how to put the logo. I decided to just keep it on the top one. I think it looks really good. And then a bunch of you were encouraging me to put the logo on each and every little square. I just feel like that's too much. I feel like putting my name on everything just feels like too much. I don't know. But I really, really like how it looks on here. So I still have to like give my okay for the finals. I need to do a little bit more testing. I tried gluing them together. This is the empty circle guide, like the extra cut that I had them make to make this like double thickness. And then the peg will have more, I think I talked about this, the peg will have more to grab onto. I need to figure out like a system where I can glue them together pretty efficiently, because getting it to line up just perfectly was a little bit tricky. I mean, of course I'm gonna sand it, so maybe I just sand off, talking 0.5 millimeter of imperfection here. So I feel like it's gonna be fine. But I need to figure out, yeah, like how to make sure I get this glue really, really well done. And then I guess I give them a go. Like they were just waiting on me, and it's been about a week since I've had these, and I'm just so nervous to just like say, all right, we're gonna do an edition of 200. I just have to bite the bullet. We're gonna do it. But maybe I'll tell them in a couple days. The other thing I wanted to share is I have the finals for our packaging. I was working with my friend Sarah on this. She's a graphic designer and she's been doing lots of stuff for me. I hope that y'all can see this. So this, I don't know how clear it is, but this is going to be the hang tag and it's going to be folded in half. So this is the front, like this is the outside, this is the front, and this is the back. And then this is the inside. And then the little marking disc is what we're calling it. He's gonna live right here. I'm gonna glue him on. And I think it looks so good. So like if you can imagine it folded in half, and then we're gonna attach it to this little hangy bit here. And then it's basically a tag. It has information about how to use it, some ideas, and also it's just a way to give you this guy in a way that you're not gonna lose him. And then obviously like the name and stuff is kind of nice to have. The other thing that we did is I think I'm going to add a sticker to the packaging. Up until this point, my packaging has been very, very boring. I would love someday to make custom packaging, but at this point, it just like doesn't make sense financially because I'm always ordering different size boxes for different things. And yeah, it would just be way, way too expensive. So in the meantime, we designed a sticker and it's a very simple thing. It's just the logo on the we call it the clay background. It's the color that I'm using all over my website. It's going to be round. It looks square here, but it's going to be round. And then, very exciting. So I'm not sure if I'm going to order this now or later, but we worked on some tape. I think I'm going to wait a little bit because tape is so expensive. I need to find a supplier that sells smaller quantities because I can't be ordering like 100 and plus rolls at a time. So if you guys have any tape supplier recommendations, please let me know. Someone that delivers in Germany, please. But I really, really like it because we've been working on creating some sort of like taglines for the brand. And one thing that we came up with was confidence to start, tools to keep going. And I think it's so nice. I think it's really nice and succinct and, kind of embodies the ethos of Pottery to the People, which is, this is something for everyone, even for beginners, you can start, and this, like, we're gonna help you out. So I'm really excited about the tape. Good morning, it's the next day, and I wanted to show you my new sander. So I decided if I'm going to order 200 of these things, I really need to kind of go big with the production of it. I feel like I'm risking a good amount with this project. Like, I feel confident. I feel like I can give it a try. Also, a sander is a tool that I've always wanted. So like, I love having an opportunity to like buy a sander. Anyway, I set it up. I had to get different sanding belts for it because the one it came with was too rough. It was removing too much material. So what is this? This is 180 grit. So for the ones that I glue, I can remove all the glue here with the sander. And then also, I just wanna like give all the edges a nice bevel. Here's a very small example. Can you see? There's like a little bit of sharpness on this one. So we're gonna try this out. I unpackaged it all very carefully. So if it's not gonna work, I can return it. But I really wanna give it a try. Just beveled the edges and it's like a really soft, nice edge now. It feels really good. This one, I have to do it straight on and then do the bevel, which makes the edge look a little wonky. It's neither perfectly unburnt nor burnt nicely like this one is. So I don't know, I'm probably being way too specific here. Now let me get through this stack of samples and we'll see how it goes. Okay, I got through them all. My hands got a little toasty, a little sooty from the edges, and I hope I'm not getting it on these. Like this one got a little smudged. There's a little smudge here, and I hope I can get that off. Yeah, we'll see, we'll see. It might just be a matter of wiping them down with some alcohol on the ones that are messed up, but look at these edges. I think these edges look really, really good. I think it was worth doing that. And I did the math, I timed myself. Each one takes about 25 seconds to do, because you have to do both sides. And I calculated how long it would take me to get through 8 of these per circle guide, and then 200 circle guides. So that's gonna take me 11 hours. Hours. This is going to be a bridge that I will cross when we get to it. I'm not going to worry about it now. Yeah, I'm excited. This worked really well. So I think it was worth it. As long as these things sell, I think it was worth it. Okay, I'm about to put in the order for 200 circle guides, and I'm really nervous. This is a good chunk of money. It's a few thousand euros. Let me just check my bank account. Okay, this is a bit of a gamble, this whole thing, but hopefully people buy some templates in the next days. We did it, guys. We did it. There's no going back now. It is an exciting day. Our packaging, or some of the packaging, has arrived. Anytime I have new branding or anything, it's like so freaking exciting to open. I hope the printers did a good job. I hope our designs look good. It's a little bit of a gamble. Oh my God. Oh God. They are so cute. I feel like they creased them backwards. I feel like they should bend this way and not this way. I think they're creased backwards, but it's okay. I think I can manage to recrease them. Look at this. So I've got my logo, circle guides, and then here we're gonna attach this little guy, the marking disc, which is a name that Sarah came up for them. I could not figure out what the heck to call this, but that was her idea. So that's how you'll get that. And then I'll poke a little hole in the corner here, I'll probably with a hole punch or something, and then we'll string it to, this is just my sample, it doesn't have the hole, but that looks so good. And then I think the other one is stickers. And I don't really have a plan for the stickers. The idea was to put them on the boxes, but I don't know. Let's see what we think. Side note, I always keep these boxes. These are the best boxes. Oh. Well, they're big boys. They are big boys. Huh. Bigger than I anticipated. I mean, I can put this on the box, I guess, that they come in. Imagine this is the box that it's coming in with a pop of green. Like, we decided to keep this fairly neutral, but I don't know, maybe I add some color later. This is like our color scheme that's going on here. It's coming together. They're here. This is 200 circle guides. And please ignore the boxes that they're in. These are our filament boxes because the company also does 3D printing. Ignore them. They have nothing to do with what's inside as my circle guides. So, oh my gosh, I fully filled my car with all of these. I am so overwhelmed by the amount that I have here. This is so very overwhelming to me because I have to go through them all, do the quality control, check them all. I think I also have to sand them all. Let's see. I wish I had like some big bins that I could sort them into. These boxes are just too small. I can't really get an overview. I can't organize them this way. I'm feeling very overwhelmed. But I think I'm just going to have a think of how I can organize these and we'll go from there. It's been a few weeks since I've worked on this project. I had to table it for a while. We're really busy working on our house right now, and I just had like a bunch of videos going on, so I just tabled it for a while, but I want to launch this in 2 weeks. And I have a lot to do. We need to transform this thing from just like random laser cut things into an actual product. So there's actually still quite a bit of work to do. First thing, I haven't been completely absent because I went through a couple of jig iterations. So this is going to be my gluing jig. And I've already tested it out. It works great. Basically, the problem was how do I glue these together fast and efficient and also put them under weight and also make sure they're completely lined up. So, and so what I did is I laser cut some like little jig pieces. So these little posts are the exact diameter of my circle. So they keep them perfectly stacked on top of each other. And then I can like glue a couple, put down this guy, put it under weight, and then just stack them up. I don't have enough. I need to laser cut some more of these. I don't have enough to like stack it completely up, but I can show you how it works. And then maybe we can also get to drilling the holes today. This is my goal. Another thing is I really need to get this project done because it's completely taken over my studio. And number two, I put so much money into the materials of this project and I really need to start selling them ASAP. Let's glue some. So I managed to do 8 in one go. It's not enough. I need to do larger batches. Ideally, I have this whole thing filled up, but I need to laser cut more of these little jig things. But I don't dare stack more than 2 per layer just because I want to make sure the pressure is on before the glue dries. It's a little tricky because I have to keep removing the pressure in order to add more pieces, but I wasn't really sure how to do it. I'm hoping that once the pressure is put there, these things are quite tight, so hopefully they'll continue to, I don't know, hold them together, even if I remove the paint buckets, but I think it'll be good for now. I think it will work. And you can see the glue kind of squeezing out. That's what we want, right? So while it might not be perfect so that the 2 discs like merge into one, I feel like it's gonna be good. It's gonna be solid at least. The main thing I think is that they're perfectly lined up. Like that's the important part because they need to work as a perfect circle. And I think I've got that with this jig. While I wait for those to dry, I'm gonna leave these for about an hour. In the meantime, I'm going to head over to my sander, try and blast through as many as I possibly can. I have another batch done. So I'm gonna show you the next steps that I've worked out. I really like these next steps because you start to see the product come together more quickly now. which is very exciting for me. Sometimes it's hard to get these things off because glue gets built up. I don't really know my way around that. I've just been suffering through fiddling with it. Sometimes as the glue squeezes out, it gets stuck to these, but I just knock it off with a file. Okay, I'm gonna quickly run these through the sander to clean up the edges, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I had some other ones that I had glued, and we're going to get these bottoms fully done today. Very exciting. So the next step is to drill. So if you remember, we cut out the hole on the top one, but the bottom one, of course, we could have cut out the hole, but I thought it would be way too fiddly to line it up perfectly. So I thought I would just drill the hole after the fact. So I have a drill bit that is the perfect width. I can't remember how big this hole is. Maybe it's like 6 millimeters or something like that. Important though is to have a backer, because I realized that when I didn't have that, I was just blowing through the back and then the back got really messy. I should probably use a thicker piece of trim because I've poked holes through it and drilled into my table, but I don't know, this is what I have. Okay, so besides the actual assembly, this part is my favorite. I've got a basket full of pegs. This is probably, well, definitely this is not enough for all of the rest of the pieces. I'll have to go to the store and buy some more wood, but this is buche? What is buche in English? Beech. This is beech wood. Anyway, it's a stronger wood that should hold up for a long time. Where's my wood glue? So I'm just using some wood glue. I've also sanded these, by the way. And then I don't want to add too much because I don't want it to splooge too much to squeeze out. But I do want it to squeeze a little bit. I don't know. No. And that's it. I just have to make sure it's straight. And then we just let them dry. And then the bottom is done, which is very exciting because the next steps is just assembling. And then we have a product. So exciting. Let's do so. Okay, friends, now I just need to let these dry. In the meantime, I'm gonna get started with some more gluing of the plates together, and my plan is to just kind of work through it bit by bit. So that's very exciting. But tomorrow I'm going to show you the rest of the process, and we're going to reveal the final result, which is so freaking exciting. I can't believe it. This has been such a long time in the making. I can't believe that I'm finally going to get to release this soon. I'm prepping the tags and the marking guides today. So they're gonna live inside this cute little tag. So I gotta stick these here, we gotta fold them, and we gotta poke a hole. That's the process. And for sticking, I got these adhesive dots. These are for like production. And I managed to get a hold of them. Just try and be as precise as I can and as efficient as I can because we have 200 of these to get through. So let's do this. Okay, so I prepped a bunch of tags and I want to show you why I chose these little stickies that I did. Like, it's really hard to figure out the perfect amount of stick for something like this. So I actually ended up getting like a few different samples. And anyway, this is really great because it sticks really well to the card, but once you peel off your little guy, there's like no residue or anything, which is really, really nice. I wonder, You can even stick it back on. I don't imagine you can take it off and on a ton, but I just like that because there's nothing that drives me more crazy when there's a sticker on something and I can't get off the sticker residue. So, pretty pleased about that. Yesterday, I spent a bunch of time putting all the pieces together and finally finishing the circle guides. I am so excited to finally get these done for you guys. I launched the first iteration of the circle guides in the beginning of March. It is now July. I had no idea it would take so long and be so much work, but I was being very particular about making them perfect and also like figuring out my systems so that I wasn't killing myself in the process. I really hope that you guys like them. If you're curious how you can use these in your studio, I have in my last video a bunch of examples about how I think they will be really helpful for you in the studio. I have been using the heck out of mine in the last few months. I will have these available on my website. You can use the video link down below in the video description or scan the QR code on the screen. I only have 200 of them. I have no idea if they're gonna sell quickly or not, but all in all, this was such a fun project for me to work on a little bit of a larger scale, a little bit more in the production direction. It was so fun for me to work with like a local mom and pop manufacturer to get all of this done. And then also, of course, to work with my friend Sarah to figure out the branding and make like a product with a capital P. So anyway, I hope that you like them. That's it for me today. I will see you in the next video. Bye, friends.